Hi everyone and welcome back to another Runescape bossing guide. In this guide I'm going to show you how to take on Nex in tier 70 gear and with no curses, no overloads, so hopefully this helps you get your tier upgrade for Necromancy and just helps you in general. The requirements for Nex are listed on the left hand side, so you need 70 Constitution, Strength, Agility and Range. This is if you don't have the frozen key, you will need access to all 4 camps to get the key. And then I suggest 70 prayer for the piety, 70 necro as a bare minimum, and 68 summoning for the wall tortoise. You can take a terror bird, but you may struggle a little bit on if you're at a lower level. You'll need the frozen key, I'll get into that a little bit more later, and the ancient ceremonial outfit, which can be bought on the Grand Exchange. If you're an Iron Man, you will have to get the KAC and kill Nex's minions to get the ceremonial parts. Obviously the main drops here at Nex are the Nex gear, so the Torva, Virtus and Pernix, which is a 1 in 128 drop chance. Considering how old this boss is, I think they've held up in price pretty well, so you can make a decent profit from Nex when you get one of these drops. Obviously the pet chance is a 1 in 2000, and on the right is your average loot, some Onyx Bolt tips, some Saradomin Brews and Super Restores, and some other loot as well. So getting the key parts are pretty simple. All you need to do is go into each camp and kill the minions inside the camp. So you need an Armadillo key piece, a Bandos key piece, a Zarok key piece and a Saradomin key piece. Put these all together and you've made the frozen key. Just to let you know, you cannot get the key parts in the main area where that X is. So you must go into the campsite to get the key parts. Also, getting to Nex, I suggest if you have a kill count at one of the bosses here is retuning your portal to Rules Retreat. Suggest either Kree or Commander Ziliana, as they're the two closest to Nex's frozen door. This is my inventory, so we're going to start with an extreme necro potion. Obviously overloads are better, but if you don't have that and you're not the herbal level, then extreme or super necro is fine. The same with the defense, the super defense, extreme defense, or an overload is better. Super anti-poison because Nex does poison. Some restores, because if you're using Saradomin Brews, this does drain your stats. So a restore is good to get your stats back up. And then I've got a Power Burst of Vitality, or Vit Pot. This is for the Ice Prism phase if you don't have full Adrenaline, but I'll go into that a little bit later. Number 6 is Saradomin Brews. Take 4 or take more if you've got them, it's up to you. And the rest I fill with Sharks. You can use Rocktail or Blue Blubbers, but if you're on a bit of a budget, Sharks are just fine. And my last one is Magic Notepaper. This is optional, but when Nex does drop Saradomin Brews or Super Restores, these are not noted, they are on the floor, so taking notepaper is ideal. And familiars, I would go with the Wall Tortoise for a level 68 summoning is perfect, or the Terror Bird, a little bit lower. If you've got higher summoning level, then obviously a Pack Yak, or I would suggest the Ice Nile is pretty good, as Nex is pretty hard to hit and that increases your accuracy by 5%. Equipment is pretty simple, so I've got the tier 70 Necro Power Armor. You can replace this with the Tank Armor if you want, with the tier 70 Death Guard and Skull Lantern. I've got the Ring of Fortune. If you've got a better ring, then I suggest using it. The Death Warder Nexus and the Amulet of Fury. And the Legends Cape, which I found out recently is better than the Obsidian Cape. But if you don't have the quest, Legends quest, the Obsidian Cape is fine. Or if you have a 99, then I suggest using that. I got this God Book. I don't think it really matters on the God Book. I just seem to have the only one available with pages. And then I use the Vampirism Aura. Obviously not the best aura, but if you have the Margaret aura, then I would use that, or even Dark Magic. You've made it to Nex, you just want to head through this barrier, go down to the platform and just activate your aura, your God Book, use your prayers, sip your potions, and wait for Nex to do her rotation of summoning her minions to the left hand side and right hand side. Once she's done that, then just attack, stay exactly where I am, just on top of the stairs like this, and use the abilities like Skull and just to get her down to 160k as quick as possible. Phase 1, she does have another ability where she does pull you in like so. All you need to do is Freedom out. If you don't have Freedom available, this can be quite deadly, so make sure you heal up. She will now do another ability called There Is, where she will shout this word out and then she will run across the platform. Just stay where you are, you don't want to be in the middle because she will then hit you for a lot of damage and you can't escape from it. Now carry on attacking her, get her to 160k, and once you're down to 160k you need to go to the left hand side like so, and start attacking this minion here. Once you've killed this minion, she will then go into phase 2. So now you're in phase 2, you want to swap your prayer out to range, and in this phase she will do a new attack style. Every phase is different, so she's not going to do the same phase as in phase 1. This phase is completely different. So what she will do, she will spawn a shadow underneath your feet, and simply just move out of the way. You have a few seconds to do it, and sometimes it is quite hard to notice, but one way to find out is that she will say fear my shadow, and that's when she will spawn the shadow underneath you. Once you've done that, just move up to the next minion when you've procced her to 120k health, and this will then move on to phase 3, which is known as the blood phase. Here's just an example of what the black shadow looks like when she does it. It will spawn under your feet, and all you need to do is move away from it. Either way, doesn't matter. I actually missed this, but it gives you a good example of how much damage it does, so it's best to avoid it. So you made it to the blood phase. This could be one of the difficult phases of Nex. You want to swap to magic and don't attack her straight away. This will heal her. In this phase, basically all you want to do is do as much DPS as possible. Use your skulls, volley, finger of death, death guard, special. Get her down to 80k as soon as possible. You will turn red as long as you're standing far away enough, like I was. She won't heal from it. Basically, if she's too close to you, she will heal back up. And this could be really hard when you're trying to get to 80k, because you can fail, because she will then re-siphon and re-heal. You can do many more attempts, but it does start to get harder every time that you do fail, so it's best to try and do it in one go. Once you've done it, ignore everything else. Once you've got 80k, you've procced the phase, so you don't need to worry about any abilities. Then this will move on to the ice phase. So straight away, Nex will surround you in a prison of ice. I anticipate at this point you can free them once you're in the ice prison, but just remember this will stun you, so you'll need to free them if you forget to anticipate. Use your Vit Pot. As you can see, it heals me quite a lot. I take some shark and I'm still on 8k health, so this is the best way to avoid the first prison. So our next ability will be Contain This. All you need to do is just move away from Nex, don't stand anywhere near her, give her a good amount of distance, because if you don't, she will stun you. So that is it for Contain This. And then she'll move on to another prison. She will most definitely do 2 prisons in this one, so if you prepare for Anticipate or Freedom, so she's going to do a prison now like so. I freed him. Now at this point you can either tank the hit and heal up, or if you're 100% adrenaline, you can do Barricade. This will avoid all the damage, but it's up to you. If you want to have adrenaline, I would suggest probably having adrenaline for the next phase, because you need just the DPS her. But it's down to you. You can either tank it or use your adrenaline up and use Barricade instead. But well done, you've made it to the last phase, and the most easiest one is just simply a DPS check. She will hit hard, so expect to heal a lot and have enough food in your Beast of Burden. Get her down to the last bit of health like that. The only thing that she will do is Taste My Wrath, and she'll spawn these white mushroom clouds like that. Just be outside of that. And that's it. Well done, you've killed Nex. Congratulations. So I hope you found this video useful. I do try my best to cover most things and mechanics on bosses. Drop me a like, subscribe if you found this video useful, but I'm hoping this video just gives you a good foundation of what to expect at Nex, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.